Hello, welcome to Shower Thoughts number 9. Very excited about this episode. Well, yeah, this is your friend, my friend, just in case you didn't know by now. And today I'm actually going to talk a little bit about Elder Scrolls. Shower Thoughts 9 is going to be all about random Elder Scrolls stuff. Because right now I was talking with a possum, and we were talking about Caius, the base man of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. He tells you, well, if you haven't played Elder Scrolls, I mean, then obviously you wouldn't have played Morrowind specifically either, right? I mean, if you have an understanding of the franchise, well, then welcome. Let's have some fun talking about Caius today. So he's a spy. He's also an old man and a drug addict who gives you your first job. The Emperor tells you to go see him when you first get to Morrowind. So essentially, at the beginning of the game, he's the one who starts the main quest. And the NPC who you go talk to. Because that's the thing about Morrowind. So when I think about Skyrim, for example, you have no way around the main quest. It's, okay, you're gonna get your head chopped off, and then, ooh, dragon, watch out, there comes the dragon. Whatever. But in Morrowind, you get off the boat and you can do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to go to see Caius at any point in time. We can just say, no, I'm going to ignore the Emperor. I'm going to just go ahead and have fun in the new land because I'm out of jail. That's really the fun part about like making a character. You can just come up with any background you want. So like, yeah, you come off the boat, you were in the Imperial prison in Cyrodiil before, so you can roleplay something like that. Ooh, excuse me. I ate some potentially bad rice today, so I might have a couple of those to the video. And again, if I ever edit these videos, I'll try to pick them up. Regardless, so today Caius Casares, me and the possum were talking about how, well, so if you don't know, in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, the main character, if they play the main quest, they eventually become essentially immortal. They are immune to disease and aging, and a few other things. But I'll keep it spoiler free for as much as I can. And suspiciously, after you do that, Caius Casares has to leave. It's just like, oh, hey, I gotta go. So we were talking about how we can roleplay a Caius Casares character, going with the idea of when the moment he has to leave, it's not because he got called back by the Imperial City or Council or the Emperor or whatever. Although, I mean, it does make sense given, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Mayor's Dagon's invasion, and all of Uriel Septim's dreams. Like, it would make sense that they would need like the heavy hitters. Although I think in one of the supplemental materials they said that Caius didn't even go to Cyrodiil after he left Morrowind. Or maybe he did for a little bit, but like during the Oblivion Crisis, he wasn't in Cyrodiil. So I don't know. Maybe he needed to be other specific location that they somehow knew of. Well, I mean, they had a history in Oblivion, so we know that the Argonians learned of the Oblivion invasion through the histories. So maybe we had someone who knew about it beforehand as well. I mean, I know that they had spies working to look at the mythic gods and all that stuff. So maybe they did know. That's why they sent Caius to a specific place. But other than that, we don't know much. So for this idea for the character, we're completely foregoing that, and we're doing just Caius took the secret of immortality from you somehow. Maybe he was looking through the window of the Telfir or whatever Divathir's tower's name is. And he said, oh, okay, so that's how you cure Corpus. So he went, cured his Corpus, and just said, okay, I'm gonna go fuck off in a cave and just smoke all this kuma and moon sugar. Now that it doesn't affect me in any way, I'm just gonna be high all the time. And immortal too, so he could have been hiding the entirety of the 200 years in a cave somewhere. in Skyrim. I mean, let's just say he was in Skyrim. Just why not? He just I don't want to go back to work for the Empire. I'm gonna go hide. I'm immortal. Like, whatever. I'll just get my stockpile of skooma and moon sugar and some sujamas and stuff just to pass the time. And see you later. Then during the events of Skyrim, you can roleplay as to like, okay, so Caius was in a cave. He, after 200 years, his stockpile of skooma and drugs ran out. It's like, okay, gotta go out into the world and get more, huh? I heard Helge just got a new shipment of skooma from elsewhere. Let me go check him out. And in the way there, the Empire captures him and it's like, we've been looking for you, Caius. Well, I mean, you could roleplay that, but you could also, 200 years have passed since Caius was known to anyone. I don't think there's a bounty in the Empire for his head. And I don't think so he would just be like, Caius would think, fuck, the Empire got me. But the Empire would be like, we just have this really ripped, really high old man we found in the middle of the road. What do we do with him? Kill him. Okay. Shot the dragon. Alright, and that's how it starts. And the whole idea of it is going to be bare-fisted fighting. You're going to be high on skooma as much as you can, and moon sugar, and any drug and drink. You're going to be a complete debauchery build, and just see how far you can get along. Maybe focus on Dark Brotherhood, because Caius might have like some vendetta against the Empire in this scenario. It's like, oh yeah, well, I worked under Uriel Septim the Seventh. I don't care about no Titus Needs the Second or whatever. I'm gonna kill him. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna kill him. And he gets all that money that he can spend on drugs. I feel like this playthrough is already making it. It's coming together right now before our eyes. I'm not even showering. I got so excited talking about Caius. And I 7 minutes. I got time. Alright. Other than that, I feel like if Caius was to have a companion, he'd probably want a Dark Elf, just because, he spent so much time in Morrowind. That's where his addiction began. I feel like he'll have a little bit of a soft spot for Dark Elves. And they're looked pretty down upon by the Stormcloaks. Ooh, so that's the conflict. So would Caius be Imperial or Stormcloak? Because he doesn't like the Empire, we can already establish that. But he also doesn't like the Dark Elves being mistreated. Maybe Caius just I feel like Caius might be like a double agent, like he'll start with the Stormcloaks, because he'll like find them across like Falkreath or something, and then he'll eventually make his way to Windhelm. He'll see the way that what's his name? The Stormcloak guy, the one that you would capture with. I don't know, the Jarl of Windhelm, that guy. I'm saying all of the things he is except for his name. Whatever. He'll go to Windhelm, he'll see the Great Warriors and be like, what the fuck is this fucked up? What happened? Maybe that's how he learns of Morrowind's fate. Maybe he'll even be like, where's my Brody, the Nerevarine? What the fuck? Because I don't think that he'd know that Nerevarine went to Akavir in this playthrough. We're also assuming that he spent 200 years just getting high as fuck. I feel like anything's possible, honestly. But regardless, Caius would not be happy of seeing that. So maybe he'll start as a Stormcloak, and then he'll switch sides halfway through, because then you have that option. And it's like, yeah, I'd rather have the Imperials. Plus, if you do eventually pick up the main quest, maybe Caius would be totally open to the main quest happening. He saw the Nerevarine unfold before his eyes. It's like, alright, well, I was the mentor of the Nerevarine. It's not too far-fetched that I would be the Dragonborn as well. Maybe that's why I survived this long. That's how Caius could justify it to himself. But other than that, not sure. Maybe I will do a gameplay of this. I've been wanting to have meme builds on a stream or something. just for fun, you know. We're at the 10-minute mark. I'm just gonna wash real quick. But yes, Elder Scrolls, I really like it. I'm looking forward to like Skywind and Beyond Skyrim. So those projects, they could even add more into the build we're talking about right now. How if you can go visit Morrowind, run mainline Morrowind, and hopefully Vardenfell, maybe Caius would want to revisit like that era of his life, even though it's already destroyed because of the volcano and stuff, right? And the Argonian invasion. Maybe after Caius would be done with the main quest in Skyrim, be like, oh, I mean, I already sort of helped Skyrim. You go back to Morrowind. If you're in Morrowind, you can really do whatever you want. Like, okay, I stopped Alduin, I stopped Mirak, I stopped these vampire dudes. What was the other one? DLC? I mean, and I guess if I do it on the new version of Skyrim, you could also do the Golden Saints and Dark Seducers. I guess, yeah. And he has a Jiggalek sword. Yeah, I just really like Jiggalek sword, but it wouldn't really fit his build. Caius is a fist-to-fist kind of guy, and he needs to stay fist-to-fist. Unfortunately, because Skyrim doesn't have any like perks for bare-fisted builds, it's very limited. It's probably gonna be a really hard one, and usually you want to play as a Khajiit if you're playing bare-fisted, because you have claws, you deal extra damage when you're just punching things. But Caius doesn't have that. But Caius doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't need that. He's gonna just do skooma and punch you to death, because I think that regenerates stamina. So he'll just be beating you down, I guess. I don't know. Well, that's the shower thought for today. Wanted to have a bit of a fun one, because I feel like some of these have been getting a little too serious sometimes, you know? Well, not really, just having fun. It's shower thoughts after all. And I do be liking my Elder Scrolls, so thank you for tuning in. This has been my friend, and this also has been the Shower Thoughts number 9. If you haven't showered, go ahead and take a shower. Alright, so see ya.